Tonight,
How you feeling, Rick?
Don't want to talk about it.
it's elimination time.
Just sucks to be under the line, yet again.
And Shannan's caught in the middle.
I would expect you to vote for Rick.
Which way will Shannan vote?
I promised Shannon that I'd never vote for him, and therefore I think he owes me.
Plus,
Pack your bags. The four of you are going to New Zealand.
a grand new adventure begins.
I've never, ever, in my wildest imagination, thought I'd be here.
Walking into the lounge room, I felt a bit down on myself. Yeah, everyone was upset the fact that I'd just put on weight. You know, no one was expecting it. You know, it took everyone by surprise and took me by surprise.
How you feeling, Rick?
Don't want to talk about it. Not a good day.
Your current weight is 111.6 kilos. That's a gain of 500 grams.
He's put on weight.
According to the Biggest Loser rules, because you have gained weight, you've been stripped of immunity.
Being under the line with Rick, I'm so used to being there, it's almost like, oh, under the line again. But I feel really sorry for him because it would be the worst possible position to be in. You're on a weight loss show and you put on weight. It's got to be pretty terrible for him.
So what do you think it was?
I didn't taper down like I normally do, but a bit of weight training probably wouldn't have helped. Especially with being so light as I am now. Probably just put on muscle. Just about as much as I can think. I don't know. That's why it's hard to live with something you don't know what happened.
I was feeling for him. He is my best friend in the house, and it was just a devastating time, I think, for both of us.
How you feeling, Phoebes?
I think I feel a little bit like you did last week, Lise. I felt like the amount of effort I put in wasn't really reflected, but still, you know, I can't be unhappy with the weight loss. Just sucks to be under the line, yet again.
Again.
And Dave, Biggest Loser.
Again.
Once again.
Well done.
Thanks, guys.
The fact that Dave has now won Biggest Loser of the Week 3 times, this time being his second in a row, I think cements the fact that he's the biggest threat here in this game.
If I was to leave this week, God forbid, I could carry on at home. I don't think I need to be here more than anybody else. I think I need to be here just as much.
I wanted to talk to Dave because I wanted to apologise for, failing him, failing myself, and I know he was pushing for me to be above that line, and I let him down. I didn't get a plan.
No, brother, I didn't.
I would have. If I somehow had 600 more grams, it would have been Lisa and Phoebe below the line. Lisa going home.
Oh, no. It's not over yet, mate. As today proves, I don't reckon you got too much weight to lose. So, I mean, I guess from Lisa and Shannan's point of view is, if they're thinking strategically, I mean, they're better off keeping you here and getting rid of Phoebe. I'm certainly going to fight for you, and I'm prepared to give it a go. I really just wanted to chat to him and try and fire him up and say, look, don't give up hope. It is at the pointy end of the competition. I strongly believe that Phoebe's a bigger threat. You in?
I am, but not too confident.
No, let's do it.
It was time for me just to find out where everyone's heads were at before they made their vote and just say, this is why I want to be here. I would completely and 100% have your back if it was you in this situation, so I'll be honest with the way I'm feeling. I would expect you to vote for Rick. And I also think that on a threat basis, you know that if he was to stay, the force that he would come back with after putting weight on this week would be epic.
Yeah, especially after this week.
That's what I would say to you if you're in two minds to get you to change your mind.
My main issue is the fact that I've spoken to both of you in the past on how hard it would be for me if either of you had fallen under with Rick, just because of the friendship me and him have been able to, I suppose, make while we've been here. And the way I look at it, Phoebes, this is a competition and a game, and I think you've probably potentially got more weight to lose than Rick. You know, I've always said to Rick and to his brother that, you know, I would make sure I did everything I could to help them. I know for a fact that Rick has saved me in the past. But at this stage of the game, who you choose to eliminate is critical, because if you eliminate the wrong person, the person that you've saved may be the person that sends you home next week. I just need to really, yeah, I'll think about everything and we'll see what happens in there.
But you know where my vote's going.
Thank you.
For me, having to write down either Rick or Phoebe on that card is going to be hard. But we all understand that it's part of this game.
I'll see you in there.
You will.
Next on The Biggest Loser.
You must decide between two of the game's youngest competitors.
As the numbers diminish, the battle for survival begins.
Yeah, she's probably more of a threat than me.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Haley.
Welcome to the Elimination Room. Lisa, David and Shannon, the three of you have a very difficult decision on your hands. Tonight you must decide between two of the game's youngest competitors, Phoebe and Rick. Both of them came here to build themselves brighter and healthier futures, and have come a long way towards doing that. But it's no secret that both of them would like to stick around a little longer to finish the job. Phoebe, how much do you still need to be here?
Haley, I've had a big week this week, you know, learning-wise, and I let my emotions get the better of me, and I ate at temptation when I really shouldn't have. And I don't regret it happening, but I think if I can make mistakes at this point of the competition, then, you know, there's still more to learn.
Are you worried at all that if you leave tonight, old habits will resurface?
Prior to this week, I wasn't really worried about it, but seeing how quickly I can fall back into old habits is a bit scary.
In your opinion, who do you think's the biggest threat in this competition, you or Rick?
If Rick was to stay next week, he'd be a bigger threat than me, just because I'd feel he'd bounce back from the weight gain. But, you know, in coming weeks, further down the line, it might be me.
Rick, did you foresee this happening, that you'd be sitting here up for elimination after having immunity this week?
No, I didn't think I'd be at this end of the table. You know, it's the first time I've ever been below the yellow line, and I got below the yellow line with immunity, so that's something I've never seen coming.
Anything you'd wished you'd done differently this week?
You know, I wish I didn't eat so much food at temptation. You know, nearly 3,000 calories isn't going to help me, especially when you want to lose weight.
Strategically, who do you think is the biggest threat, you or Phoebe?
Strategically, I've got, you know, at the maximum, probably 10 kilos to go. With that percentage-wise, there's no way I can get as much percentage as Phoebe. So yeah, she's probably more of a threat than me.
But Rick, there's something else that could work against you tonight. The double bracelet. If the person wearing that bracelet goes on to win the title of the biggest loser, they will win double the prize money. So Rick, if you go tonight, the bracelet stays, and it will be up to you to decide who wears the bracelet next. And I'm sure the idea of possessing such a valuable item appeals to many people here. Contestants, it's time to reveal your votes. The first person to cast their vote will be Lisa.
Haley, everybody at this table is, you know, as big a threat as the next, and I think
everybody's still got weight to lose, and whether it's a little bit or a lot, you know, everyone's sort of reassessing their goals as they get down there. And strategically for me, I have to consider how long I want to be here and who here is likely to push me under the next couple of weeks. And with that in mind, I voted for Ricky.
Rick, that's one vote for you. Next to reveal their vote is David.
Hayley, there's two fantastic people down that end of the table who I both consider my friends. For me, you know, I've got to really think about my place in this competition and my longevity, and I look at the last weigh-in results, and Rick lost immunity by putting on 500 grams, and probably there was only 500 grams separating us at the top of the leaderboard, and you know, it all comes down to strategy, and one person there is pretty close to their goal. Another one's still got quite a bit of weight to lose and can be a force at the end of the competition. For me, that can affect my longevity here, so for that reason alone, on strategy, I vote for Phoebe. Sorry, Phoebe.
Phoebe, you now have one vote. Rick, you also have one vote. Shannan, you now hold the deciding vote. So whoever you vote for will be eliminated from this competition. Shannan, it's time to reveal your vote.
Hayley, the decision for me on who to vote for is a really hard one this week, and it's mainly because the two great people that are up for elimination are the two that I'm closest with in this house. But unfortunately, you know, that's part of this game, and I have to vote somebody. And the only thing that I can really come up with to get rid of one of these people was what's in my best interests. And because of that, I've had to vote.
Shannan, whoever you vote for will be eliminated from this competition.
Hayley, the decision for me on who to vote for is a really hard one this week, and it's mainly because the two great people that are up for elimination are the two that I'm closest with in this house. But unfortunately, you know, that's part of this game, and I have to vote somebody. And the only thing that I can really come up with to get rid of one of these people was what's in my best interests, who is going to be able to help me stay here the longest. And because of that, I've had to vote for Rick. I'm really sorry, mate.
Rick, you now have two votes. Which means, Rick, it will be you who'll be leaving Camp Biggest Loser tonight. Rick, how are you feeling?
It's going to be hard for me to live with the fact that I took myself out of this game, knowing that I lost my immunity. I ate too much food, changed things when I didn't need to. I think I live with a bit of regret of what could have been.
David, how are you feeling about tonight's decision?
I'm just shattered, Hayley. I guess for me, I lose my best friend in the house. we've been through a lot together. As crap as I'm feeling at the moment, you know, I want him to stand tall and be proud of what he's achieved. 61 kilos is phenomenal. You know, as bad as you're feeling, and as probably bad as I'm feeling, hold your head high, mate.
Rick, you did nothing wrong, you know? And don't ever drop those shoulders and drop that head again, because you are such a great person who deserves to stand proud.
Phoebe, how grateful are you to still be here?
I couldn't thank Lisa and Shannon enough. It's another week here, it's another couple of kilos potentially. It's getting my life back on track. It's priceless. I look at everyone in this room and I think I want to be as, you know, the quality of person that they all are. I want to be as caring as Lisa and as smart as Dave and as funny as Shannon. And then there's Rick, who just, even on the bad days, looks like he steps out of a Calvin Klein ad or something. You know, but he has that genuine character that you look at and miss when he leaves the room, and you've just grown into this person that I want to be. You're strong and determined, and I've found that something inside that, you know, just, I'm really going to miss that.
Rick, what's the most significant thing that you've learned about yourself while you've been here?
It hasn't just changed my life, it's given me a life. Obviously, everyone knows that I started this competition pretty negative. Pretty much an understatement when I say a little bit negative. I was, you know, horrible, dark and negative, and I'm leaving positive. And I've got a massive life ahead of me. I've got an exciting life ahead of me. I can't wait.
Rick, you came here weighing 172.6 kilos. You've lost an incredible 61 kilos, which is 36% of your original body weight. Now you're leaving here as a confident and positive young man. But of course, in a few weeks' time, you will be back for the 42-kilometre Biggest Loser Marathon.
Awesome.
But Rick, before you go, there's some business you need to attend to. You are wearing the double bracelet. And Rick, now that you're leaving, you must decide who will wear the bracelet next. So Rick, who are you going to pass the double bracelet on to?
The person I'm going to pass the double bracelet to, I think deserves it more than anyone. They've been, you know, one of the star performers since day one. And therefore, I'm giving this bracelet to Dave. You deserve it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
You've been doing it tough since you got here. I think you deserve it.
Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate.
Do you have a parting message for your fellow contestants?
Keep going hard. Don't get complacent. And I love you all.
Well, Rick, the time has now come for you to say your goodbyes and leave Camp Biggest Loser. We'll miss you.
Love you, mate.
You have nothing to be ashamed of, okay, but everything to be proud of.
Thanks, Liz.
I'll see you when
I'll see you all soon.
See ya.
See you, mate. Love you all.
Yeah. Be proud, mate.
I'll see you soon.
You look good.
Well, contestants, congratulations. You are the last 4 left at Camp Biggest Loser. Rick may be gone, but his brother Joe is still out there training hard with the commando, and so is Phil. As we sit here now, they are in a battle with each other to get back into this competition. And you can bet they are leaving nothing to chance. On that note, contestants, good night, and I'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Hayley.
Coming up,
What is that?
What the hell's that?
a rude awakening at Camp Biggest Loser.
It was very intimidating to have him doing that in front of us.
And later,
Oh, you look gorgeous!
can Rick pick up the pieces alone at home?
I woke up this morning to this horn and I thought, what is that noise? It sounded like a ferry or a boat or something, like this boop. So out of bed we went.
What is that?
What the hell's that?
We looked out from the balcony and saw someone standing down there in some sort of tribal outfit, blowing what looked like a horn or a shell or something. We thought, what next at Camp Biggest Loser?
We walked down and on the parade ground was a Maori gentleman blowing a shell horn. I thought, oh my God, this is going to be some kind of Maori training session in our pyjamas. Hello?
As we walked up to this guy, he started to do the haka. And as far as I know, that's like a war dance. It was very intimidating to have him doing that in front of us.
At the end of the haka, he pulled out a letter and laid it on the ground. You know, I'm thinking every time these letters come, it's something big. So what is in store?
He kind of looked at me and signalled for me to pick it up.
You go.
And I just thought, what the hell is going on here?
Shannan was very nervous, I think, to get down there and get the letter. As I would have been, I was glad it wasn't me.
Contestants, for the last 2 months, you have all had to face many of your darkest demons in order to break away from the weight that has held you back for so many years. Now it is time to enter the next phase of your journey. Pack your bags. The 4 of you are going to New Zealand.
When I got to that last line, everyone kind of just went a bit crazy.
You all right?
Just hugged. We couldn't believe it. Like, oh my God, we're going to New Zealand.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
It's gonna rock. It's gonna be an amazing time. These are the 3 people I'm gonna be with, and we're gonna learn so much about ourselves and just kill it. We're going to New Zealand. Get your bag. This place just keeps getting better and better. Who would imagine we would have been here at this point to May Final Four in the house, makeover, and now overseas trip. Sensational.
Oh my God, what do we pack, Phoebe?
Lots of black clothes, I'd reckon.
Started packing and just thinking, oh my God, what am I gonna wear? Probably a black Biggest Loser t-shirt and training clothes.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, mate, neither do I. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Knowing how I feel now and thinking back to where I was before I came to Camp Biggest Loser, I should have been embracing life and living it, and I certainly wasn't. I feel like I've got, you know, a whole brand new outlook on life, a zest for life, and I'm really feeling good about myself.
It's absolutely fantastic knowing that I'm part of the Final Four in the house and that I've been able to reach this stage of the competition.
All right, that's my thigh. My thigh is more than 1 metre wide.
Before coming to Camp Biggest Loser, I was on death row. I was just biding my time until the day came that I died. You know, I look at it now and just think, you know, why didn't I do something about it?
Girls. You ready?
Ready?
Let's go.
So far in my time here at Camp Biggest Loser, I've been able to achieve so much. So knowing that by going to New Zealand, I'm going to have to face more, I'm going to have to do more. I don't know what it's going to be, but I can't wait for it. We all piled our luggage into the back of the car and jumped in, and the first thing I thought was, holy crap, we all fit in one car. And then we're going to New Zealand, and I've got no idea what's in store for us, but I'm going to have fun.
Morning, boys.
Next,
Here we go again.
the commando calls in his troops.
You're going to be up against some of the toughest, strongest, and most resilient individuals I've ever met. Morning, boys. I hope you got a good night's sleep.
Here we go again.
Because this is going to be your toughest training yet. You're going to be up against some of the toughest, strongest, and most resilient individuals I've ever met. This lot aren't fazed by the heat, the burning sun, or this barren land. In fact, they thrive in it.
When Commando started talking up whoever these people were, we're in the middle of far north territory. I thought, who's he going to get that we can train with that's that strong and that tough?
Red Dust, let's go!
All of a sudden, I see 20 kids come running towards us. Brought a real smile to my face. I thought, well, if this is the crew, well, I can deal with that because I do love kids.
Boys, meet the Red Dust kids. They're from Yarara College in Alice Springs.
Hi, kids. How's it going? Good?
Good.
Great.
And Cole Vanderkuyp.
Hey, Cole. Hey, Cole.
G'day, guys.
An Australian Indigenous sprinter who represented Australia at the Olympic Games, the Commonwealth Games, and World Championships. One of Australia's greatest Indigenous athletes and ambassador to the Red Dust role models.
Hey guys, as an athlete, I had the best diet and nutrition advice available, but at the end of the day, it's about making good decisions. As an ambassador with Red Dust role models, I encourage kids like these from Yarara College to make the best choices in their life.
So, we're going to do a training session with the kids. We ready for it?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Phil and Joe, kids, let's get jogging in a circle. Let's go. Come on. Phil and Joe have been training hard over the past couple of months. They've lost a lot of weight. They're fitter than ever. They've changed their lives for the better.
Right, let's get closer, kids.
All right, directions, change. Turn back, jog the other way. That's it. The point of today's training is all about giving back, about being an inspiration and helping the kids to learn to make the right choices. What's going on? You're getting tired. Let's go, jump in.
Come on, buddy.
Jogging.
If you can get a kid at an early age onto a good diet, good food, exercise and a positive attitude, it can avoid them putting on weight and going down a path that I was on myself, because unfortunately I lost a lot of good years of my life.
All right, what we're going to do, we're going to interlock hands and we're going to balance on one leg. All right?
Run.
Your job is to get the other person off balance. Yeah? All right. We're going to do that until I say stop. Are we ready for it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Balance on one leg. Balance on one leg.
When I look at these kids, I mean, I see hope, I see happy, healthy kids, and I see their future that they've got ahead of them is going to be tough, but that's why I'm involved, is just to be able to pass on my knowledge from being a sports person.
Yeah.
I want to see these kids turn into healthy adults and be able to make the best decisions for their life.
Yeah, I think no matter what happens, whether it's a bit of fun, the stuff that Commando had us do, you're definitely burning calories.
Ah, you got me.
You know, you're bending down, you know, with your legs, you're slapping, you're moving.
Come on, use your arms, use your arms. That's it, good, right?
You know, the relay's the same, changing directions, it all burns calories, and it's all a style that Commando has.
Let's get Joe's team on this end. Let's get Phil's team on this end. We ready? Tug of war.
I don't mind the whole tug of war. I'm a bit stronger than Phil, so I thought we'd be able to get one over him. Hands up, who reckons we can beat him?
Yeah!
What do you reckon?
We all strong? Yeah! Give it our best? Yeah!
All right, who's going to win, Joe or Phil?
Joe!
Oh, I heard a bit more Joe. Who's going to win?
Joe!
All right, 3, 2, 1, go!
Come on, Joe's side. Come on, come on, guys.
Come on, boys. Put it in. Dig and drive, dig and drive.
We got pulling, but those girls that Phil had on their team, they were way too strong.
Come on, go, pull it.
I was skiing on that gravel like nothing, and I was getting it everything I had.
Oh, you're bringing it back. Come on. Yeah, keep fighting.
Come on, go, pull it.
Keep fighting. And it's Phil. Oh.
Well done, girls. 3-0.
Phil and Joe, I think the kids already admire them for coming out to their land.
High 5.
That shows the kids a lot of respect, and I think it's good for kids to see adults that are focusing on their health so much, because that's what they've got ahead of them.
All right, kids. I hope you enjoyed yourselves today. Did you?
Yes!
Remember, it's all about having fun, making good, smart choices.
Yes!
It's important. Healthy mind, healthy body. You got that?
Yes!
Any questions?
No!
All right, you're dismissed.
Come here, you little rat.
Still to come.
Welcome to beautiful New Zealand.
A new country, a new body, and a new adventure.
Well, it's time for the surprises to begin.
On arriving in New Zealand, I really had no idea or expectations. Just looking forward to the challenges ahead and really wanting to just jump in head first and, you know, enjoy the whole experience.
We headed down to an amazing beach, and it was just like we were the only ones there. It was just gorgeous.
Just looking around and taking everything in, you know, wow, you know, we're the final 4 people. Never, ever, ever in my wildest imagination would have thought I'd be here.
Good boy. 1 by 1.
Day 1 of Camp Biggest Loser for me, it's probably the hardest day of my life.
I can't stand up.
You can. Find something inside
I'm
yourself.
trying, I can't push anymore.
I honestly didn't think I was going to make it to the end of that day.
Come on, come on, come on.
Come on.
Today, I walked a long way down a beach. I didn't even care. I didn't look at how far it was. I just thought, you know what, I'm in New Zealand. I've got 3 great people next to me, and I'm about to have the best week of my life.
Look at Shannon, doesn't he look amazing? Like when you
couldn't even walk on sand, man.
The last time we saw the contestants was at Last Chance training, so we know there's been a weigh-in and an elimination.
Shannan on the left, Lisa, Phoebe, and then Rick had immunity. It was only when the contestants were maybe 150 metres away that I looked at Michelle and said, that's not Rick. Doesn't look, is that Rick or Dave?
Looks like it must be Dave.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
This is going to be interesting.
What happened? Rick's got immunity, so something massive has had to happen for him to not be here in New Zealand. Welcome to beautiful New Zealand.
Here we are on the west coast of New Zealand's beautiful North Island on Karikari Beach. Well done to you four for getting here. And to see the way that all four of you walked up that beach
I know.
Was amazing. Except Rick put on 10 years as he walked down the beach to us. That was the thing that blew us away.
We actually thought you were Rick.
I didn't want to tell Michelle what had happened. The fact that Rick had sort of put on weight, I'd found extremely hard, and I think Michelle was going to take it pretty hard as I did.
And what happened?
He put on weight.
Put on half a kilo.
And therefore, under Biggest Loser rules, he lost his immunity.
Oh my God.
To say that I'm devastated is an understatement, but we have 4 contestants that have done incredibly well. They're standing here in New Zealand and they've got a massive adventure in front of them.
Now you guys better suck your tummies in and buckle your seatbelts because this week is going to blow your minds. Every single day you're here, we're going to challenge your body with some type of adventure.
Yay.
We're going to challenge you mentally, physically and spiritually. Well, it's time for the surprises to begin.
And we've got one starting for you right now.
We've organised a little greeting for you.
We turned around and walking up from behind this most amazing rock were some Maoris.
There was 3 guys, one of them absolutely massive. And he had 2 smaller guys on his side, and they were surrounded by women. They were all wearing traditional dress.
It's a little bit scary and a little bit intimidating that they've kind of got spears and they're like...
I just thought, okay, is this a challenge? Do we have to take these people on?
They came over and started to sing their traditional welcome song, and that was beautiful. It was just like, yay, you know, we're here. I got a bit emotional, I think, because my husband Campbell has a background of Maori in his blood, and it always just puts tingles up my spine. The performance was amazing. It was very heartfelt and warming, and for me, I just wanted to take away from it everything I could, and to see them so passionate about it, you just want a little bit of that about your life.
Kia ora, ladies and gentlemen. You've just been accorded a full traditional Māori welcome, which ends here with the hongi.
I hope our contestants understand just how important a hongi is. It's done with a strong handshake, leaning forward, and you touch noses. It's to signify taking in somebody else's breath. So our contestants take in some of the breath and spirit of the Māori warrior. And I hope they've embraced that spirit and we can see the inner warrior come out of them this week.
We want to congratulate you. You've obviously had some real challenges, obviously some ups and downs as we all do, but we want to congratulate you for getting this far. On behalf of we the group Pounamu, mā te atua koutou e manaaki e te aki, God bless you all and kia ora. Kia ora. Haere.
Well, guys, you've now been officially welcomed to New Zealand. You've done a hongi and inhaled the spirit of the Maori warrior. So that's all inside you already.
And that's just a taste of things to come. So you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes. New adventure. Absolutely. Let's go.
Rick, you weigh 172.6 kilos.
Since leaving Camp Biggest Loser, my life's completely different to what it was before I left. I'm training 3 hours a day with my trainer, Josh. We do RPM classes, as well as we go for runs together and personal training in the gyms. And now I'm eating a lot of salads, a lot of fresh chicken breast, and a lot of fruit as well, which I enjoy. It's really exciting going to football practice knowing that I'm fit now and I can keep up with the rest of the boys. I used to fit into a 48-inch pants. I'm now into 36. You can no longer call me big fella. So I went from like 50 kilos to about 100 when I was about 13, so in a sense then it just keeps going. I can see someone that's pretty depressed there, you know, in a bad way, so someone will be just like, hey, big fella, instead of saying hello mate or whatever, they'll say big fella. And they've got no excuses now to call me big fella because I'm a lot smaller, a lot fitter. You know, before I got to Camp Biggest Loser, I was negative. I was horrible. I was down on myself and down on the world. And now I'm positive. Now I'm happy, and I can't wait for my future.